to the Cinementalists. Noun, plural. Definition, those whose love for movies runs so deep, they can't help but do a podcast about them. Hosted by Colton Robertson and Joseph George. Hello everybody, and welcome in to a special bonus episode of the Cinementalists, where today we are discussing the 98th Annual Academy Awards. The 2026 Oscars, baby, are in the books. Award season is behind us. I can finally feel comfortable watching movies that released before last year again. I'm so excited. I'm Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, buddy?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And just to clarify, I was super comfortable watching a movie here and there that wasn't from 2025. But whenever the Oscars are approaching, not only do I feel the obligation to get as much of that award-nominated cinema under my belt, we also do our own thing in conjunction with it. So then I'm not just watching Oscar-nominated stuff. I'm seeing if stuff should have been nominated for Oscars, and I just binge it and binge it and binge it and binge it. And I broke that streak last night with a movie called Disco Pigs, which, Cillian Murphy, young Cillian, 2001.
Okay.
We're talking baby Cillian. Wow. Wild film. But yeah, that's, and that's Peaky Blinders pregame, baby. That's coming out this Friday. So it's still in service of something, but it's, I'm throwing it back a little bit, which is, funny to say about a 2001 movie. But regardless, best actor winner, Cillian Murphy. A couple years down the line, we got best actor winner, Michael B. Jordan. That was a big one on the night. Let's talk that big one first. How you feeling about it?
Yeah. Oh man, I wasn't expecting it. I was like, I either thought, all of the talk of Timmy. I still haven't seen Marty Supreme, but everyone was saying that it's just a lock. Like, this man did it. He finally got there, and I thought, like, damn, Michael B. Jordan, you had a great movie. I kind of, I love the movie. It's my favorite movie of the lot in just a long time as well. So I was like, right. I wanted him to win, but I just expected Timmy to win.
Yeah, I was ready for it to go elsewhere. And I'm happy it didn't. That's the win you want to see. Would it be cool for Leo to get another? Would it be cool for Ethan Hawke to get one? Would it be cool? I mean, would it be cool for Timmy to get his first? Sure, Yeah. But Michael B. Jordan's the guy you want to see win there, and he made the most of it. I loved the announcement moment whenever Adrian Brody kind of looked over at him, and you're already like, I don't know how I knew he was looking at Michael B. Jordan, but I was like, he's looking at Michael B. Jordan right now, and maybe it was just I'd gotten a sense of the layout throughout the evening, so I knew roughly where Michael B. Jordan was. Regardless, I was just like, that's where MPJ is. Let's go. And then he says it, and the way he just sits there and he holds his mom's hand. Oh my God, dude, it fucking got me. I loved it.
It was, I got back in town, and I actually just kind of sat down, didn't know what to throw on TV, and I'm like, the red carpet's live, actually. So I even got to watch a little bit of that, and like, there was someone, I forgot who it was, he handed out one of the awards, but, so a previous one, one of last year's winners, but he said, there's kind of three different camps you can be in as an actor. And one, for sure you're not going to win the award, but you're just honestly glad to be there for the nomination, and you just have a good time the whole night. Two, you actually are pretty confident that you're going to win, and you have to prepare a speech and like actually go up there, but kind of mixed feelings of just the nerves to get up there. But he said the worst place to be is when you're expecting to win, but then actually don't. And I wonder if that truly was Timmy there. And then like the complete flip side of Michael B. Jordan. Like, I wonder what was in Michael B. Jordan's head as well. Like,
I'd be willing to bet they were in the same spot in opposite directions, which is that the actor awards really made them go, wait a second. A couple weeks ago, whenever MBJ won the SAG award. Because up until then, Timmy was a relative lock. Like, as far as not a relative lot, clearly, I don't think all the like a lot of the award voting happened prior to the acting awards. They don't technically expire until a day or a week before. Like, you can vote up to a week before the Oscars if you're in the Academy. So, like, people take their time getting their votes in, I'm assuming. But it wasn't until the actor awards that I remember seeing headlines like, wait, the best actor, the best actor Oscar race just shook up. Like, there's something there. It's possible MBJ takes this home now. And then he did. And ultimately, a lot of people will go on about the smear campaign that clearly took hold with Timothée Chalamet. Because here's my thing. Here's my thing. Never have you seen so many people who do not care about ballet and opera care about ballet and opera. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think that what he said is fair. I do think it's diminutive. I do think it's diminishing. And but if MBJ wins that Oscar last night, it's because he was better in Sinners. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want it to be. Like, that's how I'm looking at it, and that's what I see. It's not because, Timothée Chalamet really threw it away whenever he talked bad about ballet and dance. And no, that's not what happened. I saw a really, really great take, and I wish I could remember who to give this credit for, but I'm often reminded by people who do this, who study this, how little I know about this, even though I watch a lot of movies and I can recognize when someone's good at something, but I don't know why they're good at it. All I can tell you is, damn, they're good, and that's about all I can do for you. Someone really broke it down, the comparison between Chalamet and Michael B. Jordan in these specific roles. And this wasn't to say anything about anything prior in Michael B. Jordan's career, even though it does about Timmy's, which is really interesting, which is that Michael B. Jordan gives unique dimensions to two separate characters, gives them entirely different mannerisms, gives them entirely different feelings. Like, first time you're watching the movie, you have a tough time remembering which one's Smoke and which one's Stack, just because they're named Smoke and Stack and they're twins. It's not because of Michael B. Jordan's performance of it. It's because you're like, wait, which one's Smoke, which one's Stack? Not that you can't. I always knew when I was with one versus with the other. I just didn't know which one was which, and that was because of his performance, like he is fully creating an entirely different person who still has a lot in common with the other person because they are twins, and that's a really compelling difference to create. And something that was pointed out about Timmy's character, Marty Mauser, is that it hasn't been since Call Me By Your Name, really, that he has performed a movie in a new way. Which is to say, he always has the sheen of the cocky young gun who can't fail. You know what I'm saying? Which is what, as soon as that got pointed out to me, I was like, hold the fucking phone. I mean, Paul Atreides. Now, don't get me wrong. He's performing completely different characters, and he's doing a good job portraying completely different characters. I'm not going as far as to say that he hasn't done anything, but the standout thing about Michael B. Jordan's role in Sinners is it's something we've never seen him do before. And Timmy, we watched him do what he's done for a while at the same level, and not really bring anything new to the table. There wasn't much about Timmy's performance this year that feels better than his performance of Bob Dylan last year, or that feels better than his performance as Wonka or fucking Paul Atreides. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's again, completely different characters. I'm not trying to say he's playing them the same way, because he's not. But there is this sheen of nothing to prove, ready for, like, well, I don't want to say nothing to prove, more like everything to prove. They all feel like they have to live up to this expectation. They all have to do this, and it's not that that's not his fault. As an actor, it's not that he keeps finding himself in these roles, but I also wonder how much he informs that identity and that feeling of some of those characters. You know what I'm saying? So whenever that got pointed out to me, I was like, oh, you know what? That's a pretty great take on what Timmy's been up to since Call Me by Your Name. He hasn't been one dimensional by any stretch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he is a 3-time Best Actor nominee. The first being Call Me by Your Name, the second being A Complete Unknown, and the third being this. But
go 0 for 0. You know,
yes,
Marty Supreme.
0 for 3.
Yeah, damn, that was
well. And here's an interesting thing. Call Me by Your Name, A Complete Unknown, and Marty Supreme. The 3 movies that Timothée Chalamet has been nominated for Best Actor.
Mm-hmm.
This year, Marty Supreme was nominated for 9. A Complete Unknown was nominated for 8. Call Me by Your Name was nominated for 4. So that's 21 nominations total across 3 movies. They won 1. Which is a really, really interesting statistic. And I think it says a lot about the movies. I think it says a lot about Timothée Chalamet, and I mean this in a positive way, that it means it says a lot about Timothée Chalamet. He is elevating those movies to the status they get.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, A Complete Unknown was worth a shit in the eyes of the public and worthy of award nominations because Timothée Chalamet's in it, is kind of what I think about him at this point. And Marty Supreme, I think, is a far better movie than A Complete Unknown. Don't get me wrong. But having him team up with the Safdie brother, who is hot off Uncut Gems and was, you know, like, they were a big deal. They're the hot young guys on the block, you know. Oh shit, this is going to be something to look for. And then it is, and it's good, and they're like, fuck yeah, that reaffirms everything we thought we knew, you know. But Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler, it was their time, baby. It was like, I loved seeing that. I loved seeing that.
They had, like, every red carpet member from the cast that went up there to speak was just, like, the absolute sweetest.
Sick.
Like, they were the most genuine up there, and every single one of them glazed Ryan Coogler to the max. They were all just like, holy shit, like, working for this guy is just unbelievable. Like, there's nothing like it. And yeah,
an extremely special director, man. Like, I one of the most interesting things is that, like, Sinners is my favorite Coogler, and I liked Creed a lot. I liked Black Panther a lot. Wakanda Forever is a great movie. Fruitvale Station is a great movie. Coogler's done a lot of really, really incredible work. But Sinners was the first thing to make me go, oh, you know, like, oh shit, you are fucking good at this, you know. But anytime I've ever heard him speak, anytime I've ever watched him speak, anytime I've ever listened to him behind the scenes, I'm like, you are a special motherfucker. I don't know what it is about the aura he's giving off, but the dude is so fucking smart. He seems so compassionate. There's I feel strange talking about someone I don't know. It's very parasocial. I can just, and I'll eat my words if this isn't true, but I can tell he's a good fucking guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, like, I mean good in, like, every sense of the word. He seems morally good. He seems really, really intelligent. You have to be to write screenplays like this, you know. And obviously, he's egregiously talented. He's a gorgeous-looking man. There's a lot around Ryan Coogler that I'm like, you've got you've got every ounce of aura in the world. And, you know, that thing Conan said in his monologue about how Ryan Coogler neglected or said, I'm not going to be in the Academy because I don't want to vote against my peers. And then him being like, all you other pricks seem to really enjoy it, which was very funny. But that's fucking real.
That's
you
hard.
know, that's hard as fuck. And it's really, really art forward. You know, like, I love doing this award stuff just because, like, I love celebrating all of it. But I do also understand, while being on the inside, feeling like a conceited asshole, to go, I did better than that this year. Or, you know, it is an interesting, really artful stance. And I think that's just a really, really compelling idea. There's a video of him online that I love, which is him talking to a group of people. Someone who's deaf walks up and he continues talking and he starts signing with it. Seamlessly. Nobody tells him she's deaf. He just he already knew this person in the room cannot hear. I'm going to start speaking in sign language, which was Like that's just really endearing. He threw out a lot of I love yous in sign language at the Oscars.
Yes.
Which I loved seeing. So like it's just I don't know. He seems like a great dude, and I feel so parasocial for glazing him this hard, but everyone who actually does know him does the same. So it's hard for me to be like, I think I'm wrong. No, I'm pretty confident I'm right about that.
There's evidence. I mean, Wunmi Masaku said that, like, obviously she would love any role that she has, or that Ryan Coogler would have for her. But she said, like, I would do anything for him. She said, I would be a producer. I'd be a coder, if he wanted me to direct. She said, I would even take notes for him if he asked me. Like, she would just, I mean, absolutely anything. And, like, everyone just said the same, like, had the same exact feelings towards him. And so, like, yeah, it's weird that, like, these directors that you hear, like, oh, sign me up, like anything that they are going, it's it. Like, it's like a Wes Anderson, a Chris Nolan, or just they have like a like Wes is not a normal person. No offense, Wes, but like you have that artist, like like
he's not a man of the people, and you're not under any assumption that he is.
Yeah, but like, and not to say Wes is like an immoral or like I don't think
no,
he's a good guy,
not at all.
But I mean, Ryan Coogler just seems that he is much more in tune with the real world. Like he's just as genuine as can be. Like and everyone,
it seems like
it. So I mean, I'm so glad he got the flowers. Like
I'm glad he got adapted screenplay, so which I really wanted him to get. Or he got original screenplay. Sorry, adapted screenplay went to One Battle After Another, which we will obviously get to. He got original screenplay, specifically him, which is like I love that we can say Ryan Coogler won an Oscar last night, not just that. Yeah. Sinners won, but he did win an Oscar. Michael B. Jordan did win an Oscar. I love the awards Sinners managed to nab. The score. Gotta love that. Ludwig. I simply because I thought maybe they would treat him a little bit more like, you're still young, we can't give you too many too fast, kind of. Because ultimately what I love is that the Academy is subject to shit like that because it's just a bunch of people. It's not, there isn't something measurable, it's not scientific. It is a group of people who see each other and campaign against each other. It's a lot of politics, it's fascinating to think that I thought maybe they'd go, you've only been nominated for this shit 4 times. Are we really going to just give you 3 for 4? And they did. And they did. And I mean, John Williams only ever won 5. Hans Zimmer's only won 2. Like, that's a really crazy stat for him to be putting up. And I mean, he's completely deserving. I just thought maybe they'd spread the love because, I don't know. I look at Ludwig and I go, well, you're going to be nominated for this every year that you do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're kind of at that point with him now.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, is this a Jordan and LeBron type argument where Jordan just did not have the technology that LeBron has access to nowadays, so that it is, it just allows for a lot more creativity?
Well, they make completely different kinds of music. It is... they are really apples to oranges. They competed in completely different eras, as it were. John Williams was up against a bunch of plumbers. No, I'm just kidding.
He's got to use an actual orchestra. I mean, they're getting like, that's just a lot of real people. Like, I feel like Ludwig is, I guess he does the same, but like maybe a lot more digitally. Like first, or to get that. Like the fact that you can have every instrument on a computer at your disposal to create a song nowadays.
It is different, but I guess I'm not super informed on how Ludwig makes his music. I don't think. I do still think he's got artists creating it, even though he is composing it. Like I don't think it's just the idea that it's some sort of. Yeah, I don't know how all those softwares work and everything, so I don't even want to take a stab at it. But
I guess more of a, like, any artist nowadays can just, like, instead of John Williams having to hear it in his head and imagine all these instruments going on, like, Ludwig can actually, like, have these played very easily. And I don't know
Right.
if that is his process, but like I feel like it is just the argument that some people might make of why
Oh, right.
someone
Yeah,
nowadays
it's
could
still
be
like, yeah, there's
better.
no fucking shot that if you give me FL Studio or whatever the fuck, and you're like, go wild, buddy. I'm not making a Ludwig Göransson level anything,
Yeah,
no matter how many times I listen to it. So yeah, no, I don't want you to think that I'm accusing you or that anyone should think they should accuse you of being like diminutive of his work. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, big time. It's tough to say, but he's as far as the Academy is concerned, I think that he's on pace to really, really do something. And maybe 3 is where they kind of go, all right, we'll give you a little break. We'll get back to you one day. No,
you'll still get the nom. You're there, and that's like
Well, that's why I thought this year could go elsewhere, is because it was just such an insanely stacked category. Like I really genuinely would have been okay with any of the 5 nominees winning score.
Hamnet needs it. I haven't even seen the movie. I'm listening to it in the background right now. I've been listening to it for the last, I don't even know how long. It's every day. It's just like, it's so ethereal. It's so,
it's gorgeous.
What I like to find on like YouTube anyways are the sounds like this to like, whenever I leave for class or work, like I actually put on music for my plants. And this is like the kind of music that like I love whenever they're like either plant healing or like classical, whenever it has the just did this type. And so I was like ready for them to win completely. And then like whenever I just hear Sinners again, I'm like, okay, let's fucking go.
I love that for Sinners. Yeah, and they pulled down, I believe 5, maybe 4. They pulled down 4. Best actor, best original screenplay, best score, and best cinematography, which was the first win by a woman ever in that category. And she was only the 4th woman ever nominated in the category. And the first one to ever be nominated was 2018. So it was within the last 10 years that happened. Which is just an insane line of just how did that not happen until then? And how did it not happen until Sunday? But I loved her speech. She was one of my favorite moments of the night. Arcapa, the delivery that she had, the assurity, and the just kind of like, yep, this is always how it was supposed to go.
She was so confident, like in the, like not in a cocky way, but like she was. It was her first win, and like what a moment to like have. To like actually be the first woman to actually win too, but she was so composed. Maybe that's what I was looking for. She was so just like sure of herself, and like that it was, I don't know, it was so beautiful. Like she felt like she's always belonged in a way.
Oh yeah,
like whenever she was up there, and so it was awesome to another Sinners like win. I'm like, oh, like another one I just did not expect. Which was awesome. I
don't know why I didn't write it off in cinematography, but it was definitely not the one that I thought would win. So I'm very happy with it.
It is IMAX. It looks fucking.
It's those IMAX cameras.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous movie. And again, another stacked category where I was just like, there's a lot of gorgeous movies, so I could see it going anywhere.
And I lied to you, sadly. I was like, I was holding off. I was like, I was wanting it so bad. That was the one I
lied to you is a fucking brilliant song, and I don't really understand. I think this might be the spot they were comfortable going. And obviously, they didn't win 12 categories. They got nominated in 16, which is the most ever. But
wow, does that not go to Miles Canton? Would it go to just Raphael Sadiq and Ludwig? Is what it says, at least on.
It was like music and lyrics by versus music. So
Miles wouldn't get one?
I think Miles would have gotten it for performing it. I'm pretty sure he would have gotten it.
Okay. But wow, maybe that's certain. Ludwig would have had 4, or he would have had 2 on the night. Maybe that's why. Is they were like, we can't actually give Ludwig another one. So sorry, sorry everyone else. It's just this guy's doing. I
think it's more about the movie itself. I think Sinners was nominated everywhere last night, and this was a category they could go, okay, there is a truly other great song here. That
I like
that
K-pop
a lot of
numbers.
people loved, and again, it was a huge moment. Like it was the first K-pop song to ever win that category. Like that's That's cool. And so like
Yeah.
I'll I'm super with it. But yeah, I mean I prefer I Lied to You, and I would prefer to listen to I Lied to You. Um and frankly, an achievement as far as the blending of eras and everything, like, and maybe I am putting too much on the movie moment, you know? Maybe
I don't
because
know.
I've
Is
seen
that
it.
part of the award though?
No.
Like I feel like that is part of the.
It's not part of the award. It
it's
is just the
song by
Yeah.
itself as it stands.
Yes.
No movie.
Yeah, that's
Really?
just. I'm fairly certain. Otherwise, I feel like it would be like original song number or something. Because Train Dreams, the song that was nominated for Train Dreams, isn't during a scene in the movie.
I guess that does happen commonly, where it's just like a credit
It's
song.
the credit
maybe,
song.
or-
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
Okay.
it does just have to be the song.
I see. Yeah. I wonder if that does elevate, like in the voters' minds, if they do.
Again,
take
they're
that into
human.
account. Yeah.
You know, like
But,
I'm having a tough time admitting that Golden, I think, is a better song because I watched I Lied to You. And I'm like, that's the best movie moment of the year, or one of them. I mean, and Golden, I like Golden a lot. I liked K-pop Demon Hunters a lot. I thought it would win. I thought it would win Best Animated Movie. It did win Best Animated Movie. And it was pretty deserving of that.
They did take over the world. Like that movie was everywhere.
fucking
and, like, it's
massive
all
deal.
I heard about. And yeah, it's like my niece is still listening to it on repeat over and over. So like, I mean, they are catchy songs. Like I mean,
Oh yeah, they are. They're really good.
They made some
Yeah.
catchy ass songs. So yeah, if it is just the song by itself, I'd say like right now the winner is Golden or K-pop.
Yeah, I'm like, I could see why.
I think
Yeah,
I Lied to You lasts longer. Like I think
agree
it's
with
just
that.
the moment right now. I Lied to You. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. And I love it so much. But I think Sinners will be around for a lot longer.
Yeah, I
than
think so
K-pop Demon
too.
Hunters,
But yeah, no, and Sinners, I'm super pleased with it. Again, Michael B. Jordan's was special. You know, I loved his speech. You know, keep betting on me. Like I loved that line from it. I thought it was just so beautiful to see this guy who, you know, I didn't watch The Wire when it was on. I was way too young. But when I did watch The Wire, he's like 13 in that. You know, he's a fucking kid. And then, you know, Friday Night Lights a few years later when he's like late teens. And then I remember, I think the first thing I ever watched Michael B. Jordan in, it might have been That Awkward Moment with Miles Teller and Zac Efron. I don't know if you remember that movie. It's a 2014 rom-com. I think it's the first thing I ever saw him in. And, you know, I'm sure this applies to a lot of Best Actor winners. But if you show me a clip from that movie and you go, yep, that guy's going to win the highest prestige honor in acting one day, you go, holy shit, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And not because he's bad in it, not by any stretch, but it's just like, it's such a funny early spot in his career where he was doing a rom-com and it was goofy and he was a supporting guy in it. He wasn't the main guy. And I mean, I give you that crew, Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, Zac Efron. You tell me the lead is Zac Efron, I'm going, yep, it could have only been 2014. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow, that really does pinpoint a time right there. Just,
right.
Saying, I mean,
that's back when Michael B. Jordan and Miles Teller had to support Zac Efron. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Fantastic Four. You know, he's John's. Yeah. I mean, he and like that's crazy. Like to go from that movie to being on the highest honor that an actor can get.
No, and that's what's crazy. I don't want to diminish his early career by any stretch of the imagination because again, The Wire is pretty widely acclaimed as like a top 5 TV show of all time. And in season 1, he's in it a lot. It's a big heavy lifting job for such a young actor. You look at Fruitvale Station again with Ryan Coogler. That was like 2012, 2013. Creed 2015, you know, like that's and again those are also both Ryan Coogler things, which they're a match made in heaven. He just knows how to get the right stuff out of MBJ.
It going, please.
Yeah.
I mean, and people were like on the red carpet. They asked every single person like anything of Sinners 2, you know, like are you working? And like I'm like, why? Like, what do you like? I mean, yeah, it was a great movie, but like, what do you even? Like, what would the second movie be? Like, I don't actually know. Like, I don't even know what I'd want. out of it.
They
I
want
kinda
the
wanted to.
Sinner's cinematic universe, which is going and telling a different story with, you know, maybe let's get where Remick came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go
the
way
backstory,
back.
the
Yeah,
prequel.
yeah.
The
Yes, we need the Sinner's prequel. No, no, fuck no.
Sinners
I would watch a Ryan
Returns.
Coogler. I would watch a Ryan Coogler directed gangster movie of the story of how Smoke and Stack robbed both the Irish and the Italians.
Ooh.
That I would
Wait
love
a
to see
minute.
something like that. Like that would actually
Wait
be
a
dope,
minute.
you know. And the culmination of the movie is
Uh-huh.
like them driving into like the end of the movie is them driving into town. That would be kind of sick. That would be
Fuck.
kind of
Maybe
sick.
there is
No.
something in the works actually, or maybe I do want something. Oh wow, no, yeah, it's I don't, but I don't know. It, like it
No, I
being
mean, I would
singular,
never expect
like,
that, and I would never think that
yeah.
Ryan Coogler would ever want to do it. I don't think that Michael B. Jordan would ever want to do it. But you know, like when you're telling me that these creatives will work together again, you know, this isn't going to be the last time Coogler and Michael B. Jordan work together. Guarantee it. They're not going, well, we've reached the peak. Might as well leave it there. No, you know, like they're going to work their asses off to find something together that can get him over the hump of Best Picture. You know what I'm saying? Best Picture, Best Director. And Best Director, that is clearly a very hard category to win in. Paul Thomas Anderson, as of last night, was nominated for 14 Oscars over the course of his career, and he won his first 2 last night.
That's insane.
That just reminds you, we take for granted
you gotta
how
work hard for one of these.
Yeah.
I think it was like the first thing he said. Yeah, it's I mean, damn,
that shit's
took
not
a-
easy. You look at guys who, like Sean Penn, tied the record for most wins by an actor. He's won 3 Oscars before. Well, this was his third. That ties Daniel Day-Lewis, it ties Jack Nicholson and Walter Brennan. So you look at that list of guys, you go, holy shit, Jack Nicholson, Daniel Day-Lewis, what? You know, like that's prestigious, and Sean Penn being there. I mean, that's a crazy list to join. And again, they only ever won 3.
Man, that's
which is simultaneously so much. And then you look at how long they worked and how big their body of work was, and you go, damn, he only won 3, huh? You know, Meryl Streep, most nominated actress of all time, 21 nominations. Meryl Streep.
no,
She has
don't
won
say it.
3 Oscars.
Okay, I was gonna say hopefully. I thought you were gonna say none for a second. I'm like, she's got
No, she's won 3.
But
She's won
still,
2 Best Lead and 1
wow.
Best Supporting. But so I say that to say, like, to connect it back to Coogler and Michael B. Jordan is like, these were their first nominations ever.
Dang. Oh, wait, they're batting 100. That's crazy.
Well, might not have
1,000.
been Coogler's.
Hello.
It might not have been Coogler's first nomination. Black Panther was it was that weird tacked on awards darling. It got a Best Picture nom, but I don't know if Coogler produced it, so I don't know if he gets a nom for that. Let me look into that real quick. I don't want to talk on my ass. I just know it was also Delroy Lindo's first nomination. It was Wunmi Masaku's first nomination. Obviously not Ludwig Göransson's.
Yeah, that supporting actress still. I mean,
Yeah, it's
the
awful.
actors agree. I can't be too. I don't know. I don't know why I have this. I never hate things. I never have like negative feelings for like any movie ever, even if it's bad. But like Weapons wasn't bad. I actually somewhat enjoyed the viewing, but like I don't. It just feels. I don't know why it's getting the love. Maybe is where it's coming from for me. But yeah, that I feel like Wunmi Masaku. I just got shafted a little bit. But. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just too much Sinner's glaze. I feel like that's all I can really say. But it's
Right.
like yeah.
No, I mean Amy Madigan did a very, very good job in Weapons. You know, like if there's any reason to go, and she's a great time. I think I touched on this on our award show last week. Is that I just think that the Academy has bred in me a general inability to value that brand of performance on the same level as a non-horror performance. You know, that's really what I'm saying. Like I have been conditioned in my life to think of horror as a not a subgenre, but like it's not an awards category. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to get a horror award because who cares? I'm opening up a lot more to that over the last couple years, and this really proves that maybe we're going to have to in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, Weapons did have quite the big moment, you know, and it is much more like, people will be like, well, Sinners is a horror movie. It's not, you know, it's a drama that has horror elements, but Weapons is a horror movie, you know, like the culmination of the movie is like, it's built on horror beats. That is the point of it. And Amy Madigan does a great job in that context. So I just have a really tough time removing that bias, as it were, especially when it comes to supporting performance as good as not only Wunmi Masaku, but looking at Teyana Taylor and both Elle Fanning and Inga Ingsdottir Lilius. Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, maybe it's like, okay, well, there's two in sentimental value. It's too hard to choose one of them, you know, out of it. So we'll just give both of them the nom, you know, and stop there.
I really thought Stellan was going to get supporting actor. I did.
Man, that was crazy. Like, Sean Penn not being able to be there was crazy too. Like that he, I don't know. I think Conan or whoever, said it was like, you know, he either didn't care enough.
Yeah,
or
Kieran Culkin did. Yeah, Kieran Culkin was like, you know, Sean Penn couldn't be here tonight or didn't care to. So I'll be accepting this award on his behalf.
Yeah. So I wonder, like, how, like, I don't know.
Sean Penn's kind of got that reputation of not engaging with Hollywood. Is just kind of like he acts in some stuff. There's rumors that he's like in the Ukraine right now. He's a weird. He's a weird act. Like he's got a weird activist track record. He's a weird guy. He's a strange dude. He famously interviewed El Chapo when El Chapo was missing.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He interviewed El Chapo?
While El Chapo was on the run from the law, Sean Penn interviewed him.
That's insane. He's like, on a different level for me now.
No,
like,
that's why I'm like, it's a weird.
He was like that.
He's a weird fucking guy, man. Like I'm avoiding positive affectation because I don't know much about him other than like strange lore, like strange bits of lore that feel like they are completely disconnected. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I have no idea what kind of dude Sean Penn is. I know that he gets up to a lot of interesting shit.
Yeah, he was with Zelensky during the Zelensky posted a photo with him. So he was actually in Ukraine. Like what? Instead of the Oscars, he's like, okay, I'm going to hang out with the president of Ukraine for whatever reason. Okay, he's just he has some quirkiness to him. He just never. He's a loose cannon. But yeah, it was kind of, I guess, just more disappointing for everyone else who was actually there. And like, I don't feel, you know, I do still like his performance. Like he definitely. Played
he's incredible.
Well,
he's incredible. Yeah.
The others were just kind of like I don't feel like Jake. I would have been so happy with Jacob Elordi, like any of them. Seriously, any of the others. He was kind of the last one I was expecting. Like, so it was just really surprising that it went to him. And
I thought, as far as like what I expected of the Academy, if it wasn't Stellan Skarsgård, I was confident it would be him. Just because he has reached that level of prestige, and he is that good in one battle after another. Like he's exceedingly good. But you know, I'm with you. If he wasn't 5 for me, he was 4. You know, and it really would have only been just because of his prestige that elevated him to 4 for me, because I really do think Elordi's that good. I would have loved to see Lindo win. I really would have. That would have been really special. But I really thought they might go, let's not do Penn this year, let's go Skarsgård.
And then him just not being there was just the extra sting on top.
Yeah, there's the cherry on top, yeah.
Man, like shit. Like that one just kind of hurt.
Well, it really shatters it, and there's part of me that loves it as a normal guy who doesn't have access to arenas like this and rooms like this and money to be in a situation like this. Shattering the illusions of a bunch of really rich people in a room together who are... There's a cynical view of the Oscars, which I don't entirely align with, but completely understand, which is that it's a room full of people who all do the same thing, self-filleting. You know, like just going, look at how good we are. And look at us in our super fine clothes, and nobody can touch us, and we're going to give ourselves gold medals, and we're going to tell each other we did a great job because we did. And, you know, we're there's an inherent hollowness about it also. You know, like Conan even called that out as well. Like, so many of you so meaningfully are so humble. And I know you mean it with all your heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a fascinating night where we all get to pretend that they're just normal people giving each other props, and I'm happy to do that. But I do appreciate whenever something like this shatters their illusions a little bit and goes, "Oh, the guy who won couldn't even bother to be here." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just maybe it's just not that big a deal. Which again is the cynical view of it. I don't want to say that's a correct view of it. Or that, like, being like, no, fuck that. That's too cynical. No, I think both sides of that issue are very fair. So, like, I think it's funny to watch someone like Sean Penn not show up and then see all of them kind of go, nah. Well, now I feel kind of silly. You know, like, that's kind of the impression I get from watching it is like, well, what an asshole. He's making us all look like we're assholes, you know?
I think my rebuttal to that would be, well, okay, the Nobel Peace Prize chosen by a bunch of smart ass people that actually, you know, it's not chosen by, you know, but to elevate just one other smart ass person, that doesn't matter. The Grammys, you know, that, you know, those don't matter. It's like any award show is going to be self-inflating. That's kind of the point. It's like, hey, look at what the fuck we did, you know, like this shit's so good. And I think
that's why I'm like, I don't feel that way about it because I fucking love movies. You know what I'm saying? But I could see someone who doesn't give a flying fuck about movies and is cynical about it going, fuck that, you know?
No, but I think I don't know if I think it was Conan. Whenever he's like, all right, let's get for real. Like, let's just celebrate. Like, this is let's just have a good moment. Celebrate some good stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
And it's like kind of the whoever doesn't win the Super Bowl, you get second place. That feels so shitty. Like, it almost is worse than losing the first round of the playoffs. Like, I mean, it's like, it's devastating. But you were the second, you know, you got second place. You were in the Super Bowl.
You played in a Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of the same here. Is like, yeah, you can look at the winner as being, you know, obviously the step above, and it does feel super nice to win, but like, they are like the 5, you know, or 10, you know, just absolute best out of every other movie of the year. And that's like, that's why I feel like it really clicked for me, like, finally, how just even the nomination is truly enough. Like, that is like, it's insane to even conceive of even being nominated in the first place, you know, like how the levels you have to get to even have that is just gnarly. So it's
it's fascinating to me to conceptualize, like, you know, I'm thinking about, like, Ki Kwan was a really, really special Oscar win for just a couple years ago. Whenever I loved his speech, and, you know, when he looked at the camera and he goes, "Mom, I won an Oscar," you know, like, that fucking kills me. Like, what's really fascinating to me is that there are and have been people who have won that award, have won an Oscar, who felt at some point in their career the same as me in terms of their feeling about their odds of winning an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll never win a fucking Oscar. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's for completely different reasons than I don't work in, other than, like, I'm just not going to work on, no, I'm not going to work on anything in Hollywood. So I'm never going to win an Oscar. But there are people who are like, in this shit, they do this and they go, yeah, but that's a pipe dream. You know what I'm saying? And then they do it. And I kind of feel that way about, like, that was the impression I got from Michael B. Jordan. That was the impression. I mean, Amy Madigan did a great job of, you know, kind of conveying that kind of like, holy shit, I can't believe this happened to me. And there are some of those genuine moments of graciousness during an award show that you just like, I'm a sucker for it, you know, like, ultimately I know that a lot of those people have a lot of money, and, you know, it is what it is. Yes. But a lot of them are artists who are passionate about what they do, and they're getting recognized by a bunch of other artists who are passionate about what they do for doing something that they love to do. And I think that that's kind of I'm gonna be a real human about it and really love it.
Yeah. I mean, I cried, I don't know how many times. It was so easy for me to, it's insane. Like how, I've evolved into any time a movie is on. If it's a moment to cry, I want to.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
It enhances the viewing so much. And then, but whenever it's a live, this isn't a movie. I can turn on at any time. This is live making me cry. I don't know. It's like
it's
a whole
moment.
different,
yeah, it's again, and that's just appreciating the awards for what they are, and like kind of understanding or perceiving it, letting it be what it's supposed to be, which is a celebration of an art form. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really, really special.
Yeah, it was an awesome night. Like it was it is. I said that it is my Super Bowl. I don't know if it quite stacks up to March Madness. Like that might be the one event. I mean, I fucking love March. I mean, call it. Nothing beats March Madness for me. It's just fun. It's 10 times better than the Super Bowl. But like the Grammys are actually coming close. It's
no, everything
I don't know if it's
that
quite got there.
Everything that I can compare to the Oscars themselves, as far as like my entertainment of watching them as live events, is nothing but sports. It's all like I love the World Series. I love playoff baseball. It's hard for me to say that I don't think I like the Super Bowl as much. I don't think I can quite, the excitement of the round of 64 in March Madness, like those couple days when there's a game every hour and you're flipping through all, like that's super exciting. But it's more about the camaraderie of it, like the people I know who are also doing it, and knowing we are all watching the same thing, and knowing we are all like it's like a group activity. You know what I'm saying? And that makes it a lot of fun. But the investment and the drama of playoff baseball just fucking like gets me. I don't know what it is. Like it's special. And then the Oscars, to take it to that level also, is that like I don't know. You're watching a room full of the people who are best at what they do. In most cases, recognize other people who are the best at what they do, and I think that that's pretty awesome. I have a tough time not loving that. Often they recognize someone who is not the best of, but I don't think that happened this year. I really think that like it was a fun year for me Oscar wise, because there was really only one thing that I was like, this cannot happen. And it didn't happen, and it was never going to happen. I never thought F1 would win Best Picture, but that was really the only thing this year that I was like, that would be ridiculous. Yeah. There have been years in the past where what I thought would be ridiculous is exactly what happened. Jamie Lee Curtis winning Best Supporting Actress. I thought that was ridiculous, and I still think it's ridiculous. All Quiet on the Western Front winning Best Score over Babylon. And The Fabelmans. You're fucking kidding me. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a few things that happen every year that I'm like, Jesus Christ, how did you let that happen? And that didn't happen this year for me. Like I can accept all of them. There are ones that I'm not super, you pointed out, Wunmi Masaku's lost to Amy Madigan in the Best Supporting category.
It's not
like,
those.
I would have liked
those
to.
Previous examples.
No, it's not. It's nothing like that. It is just like, and I don't think there was an example like that this year. Everything was that solid, and I thought that it's rare for the Academy to perform that well. Given their nominations. We could talk all day about snubs and who should have been nominated in the first place and who you'd remove and all that. Like, that's a different conversation. But as far as the nominations they picked and who they decided would win, I don't think there's an oversight here. I think that they I can get with all of it. And that's a rarity. I love the Best Editing Oscar for One Battle After Another. That was one of my favorites. That was an easy one. Also ended up being a openly queer man, which I appreciated. I didn't know that about the guy, and then he kisses the man he's with whenever he gets up. I'm like, okay, fuck yeah, protect queer art, let's go. And then Javier Bardem had a great moment. I loved the No to War and Free Palestine on the spot there.
Yeah, I mean, first thing, he wasn't gonna say anything else for he was. I love that, he's so awesome. And then like,
oh yeah, I love Javier Bardem, man.
Yeah, It was maybe I forgot about this. The only thing that I might actually hard disagree with is giving a tie to live action short, like to actually legit. Give a tie
that's the thing, is that it's a vote counting thing. They ended up with the same amount of votes. That's all that means.
Wow, so there's just an even number of people.
There was just an even number.
They need
at least the same amount of people voted for that movie, for those movies to win.
So maybe some people don't even vote for certain categories.
Exactly. Some of them don't vote for certain categories. Some of them voted for the other three. You know what I'm saying? Like they just happen to end up with the same amount of votes. Yeah, like it's not a process of elimination. It's like they all vote on who they think is the winner. That vote is tallied, and that's that. At least as far as I know. I'm pretty sure it's nothing but popular vote. I don't think there's an electoral college going on here.
Yeah, because there can't really be a tie, like unless it is purely because there's no people involvement, or is there a people's vote?
The layman. Like, could I vote?
Yeah, it's like
no.
Yeah. So it's purely Academy. Okay.
Yeah. And then a lot of the people who are nominated are in the Academy. So they can't be like, guess what? It's between these two. You know,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow. So that's crazy, I guess. So it is just a crazy coincidence.
Kumail Nanjiani nailed that moment, by the way. Getting like, that's gotta be a fucking nightmare as a presenter to kind of be like when he opens it and he goes, it's a tie. I'm not kidding. It's a tie. We will get through this,
guys.
Yeah, I thought that was so funny. And sometimes something that I don't like about the Oscars, as much as I am being, as genuine as I can be about their kind of like passion and like love and celebrating the different aspects. There are times whenever I feel like they are diminishing what they're awarding a little too much. Like they try to overdo the negging of categories, and Kumail came pretty close to doing that for short films for me. Whenever he was like, all short films are just, movies could be shorter, and then I would like the short films, and then he did the whole bit about one battle.
Yeah.
Like that's funny. Like I appreciated the joke. It was a good, but like I was like, they are the same art form, but they are different. They serve different purposes, and some stories, could have been shorter. But to make them a whole short film, it's a little different. And then he goes on to make that bit, and you're like, okay, that's pretty solid.
Who knew?
But yeah, there's a few different times when I felt that way. I loved the pops that documentary got. The documentary filmmaking people, the people who were there for the documentary categories, showed up and showed the fuck out, dude.
Yeah.
Every time there was like,
dude, took him back. He was like, "What the fuck?" He's like,
he was like, "What was that?"
Not what I
expected. And then his joke, he kind of hated it because his joke cannot land after that. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I genuinely loved that because I love Conan. I think Conan is hysterical. And it is one of those moments where he's like, I call them little sads, and you're like, see, now the joke's not as funny.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I sure as shit didn't expect that reaction out of the crowd, but yeah, it felt nice. I guess like some art, or just the smaller art being under like the Timmy. I don't think that it was a smear campaign, or should be looked at it that way, but I think like it was kind of in response to that a little bit. I feel like they are always under sold. Like to be honest, I don't watch them, so like I truly don't care about who wins, anyways. So it's like, and that's got to feel a little shitty that they just know that like a very large portion of the population just doesn't, I don't know, like it's just a number.
And that's why I think the fact that it is Academy based is really important. Like it no matter what, they are being awarded by a group of their peers, which I think is fascinating. I think that that's kind of the spirit that it should be engaged with in. And I mean, I actually did watch all the shorts this year. I didn't get around to all the feature-length documentaries, but I watched all the short documentaries. I watched, I missed one because it never came to streaming and it wasn't on YouTube. And the same thing goes for the one animated short, but I did watch all the live-action shorts and then 4 out of the 5 of the other 2 short categories. And it made me go, holy shit, I'm going to watch a lot more shorts. I fucking love these. I had no, like, I'd only ever really watched David Lynch shorts and Wes Anderson shorts, and I've watched a couple Scorsese shorts, and, you know, just I've sought out my favorite directors, seen what short films they've done, and done that. But I'm like, wait a second, I could be engaging with any of these. This is how most young filmmakers do stuff, because it's really expensive to make movies. So why not make it a short one? Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
it's a really compelling form, which is why I think that there was kind of that interesting, like, you know, we're gonna give the Little Brother award out now.
yeah. But no, I guess it actually being purely Academy based, like, it probably makes them feel so much better. Like, it is like, these people actually do know what's good, what's not, and, like, you know, and have given it the chance and don't think of it as lesser. So, like, yeah,
right.
That's, I mean, their reaction makes a whole lot more sense now, I feel like. But yeah, it was that was a good, I don't know, a lot of good moments. Like,
they really capitalized on it too, with the joke that, like, ironic that the longest award of the night was live action short film. Like, that is hilarious. How the fact that happened is a miracle, and I was a big fan of it because they were my two favorite short films from the year. So, like, and I liked all of them. I wouldn't have been disappointed with any wins, but, like, I rank all the categories on Letterboxd, and those happen to be my 1 and 2 in exactly the order that they presented them. So I was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
I guess every year from now on, every prediction you do, you have to have a second place in case there is a tie, to see if you got the tie right as well.
And Conan being like, you guys just blew up all sorts of gambling.
Yeah, like, you don't understand what you just did to people.
Well, they probably just got a bunch of fucking refunds is probably what they got. True. Because, like, oh, your parlay couldn't hit because 2 people won this and we didn't let you pick 2 winners, you know?
Damn, imagine someone had, like, a 8 leg and that was one of them, and they actually... Well, I think you still get paid out for, like, the rest of the 7. Maybe,
you probably would get paid out for the rest of the... Yeah, it depends on if the app foresaw the possibility of a fucking tie.
Heck, I didn't. I didn't even know it was possible, actually, until that happened. So I kind of didn't actually believe it. Even when he's like, "Nah, this is for real, guys." I'm like, "Okay."
It would have really sucked if he didn't mean it. If he was like, "I'm just kidding. Who cares?"
That actually is a dick move. Like, that would be insane. I mean, there was a dick move though. Like 4 times. There was a few. 4 or 5 times. I mean, holy shit! What the hell, man? It was.
You can't play people off. I get it. It's TV. We're on a schedule, and you got to hold people accountable at some point. But if you let people earlier in the evening get away with it, you cannot just retract the mic and turn the lights out on a guy later on. You can't do it. And it's so awkward because even the people that are doing the broadcast don't know what's going to happen. You can tell by the fact that they just zoom out the camera and then just kind of sit there for a second. And then Matt Berry starts talking, and you're like, okay, that's it then. And you even heard the crowd go, like, it's brutal. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah, it hurts. It is physical. Like, I felt it every time, and it was just, ooh. And that one was the last one was just the worst. The bro pulled out the note card, just unfolded it, said the first word, bam, you know, and then I'm like, oh fuck. I sunk into my fucking, I just became a point, you know. I curled up into nothingness. It was, I hated it. But yeah, that was the only negative part was on the production of the Oscars would be it. So the production team needs to either it might be like just a network thing of them being like, no,
it's a network thing. So it's a network thing based on broadcast time, because every minute that they go over, I'm pretty sure they owe the network money. Like it's see. And I don't know who that money comes from. Someone is being penalized financially for every minute that they go over. And it might just be the network itself. I don't know. But
The Bachelor is crucial to get on the air. I mean, come on, we can't wait. People are waiting. They got to know.
They want the Bachelor. They got to have the Bachelor.
Whichever one it is, I guess.
I don't fucking know.
But man, that's actually the only, like, even the the weapons win. Like I did say it was like, oh, I just have this weird hatred towards it, but it's like I do still like it was still a performance like worthy of something. I just think I just would want it to go to the other people, but like I'm not actually like a Jamie Lee Curtis or like a, you know, I'm not appalled by it. It wasn't like that it made a whole sting on the night. So yeah, I mean, like every award was just it felt just so good, and I don't know.
Yeah, it felt, and I loved both Sinners and One Battle After Another, and them kind of going pretty even felt really nice. I was like, it doesn't happen that way a lot for me, where my two favorite movies of the year end up winning a bunch of awards. My favorite movies from last year were Nickel Boys and Love Lies Bleeding. Guess how many awards they won? 0. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like that's and I didn't expect them to. I didn't think they were gonna, but like for my two favorite movies this year to actually be, according to the Academy, two of the best is nice. It's a lot of fun. It feels very rewarding, and it isn't every day that the most popular movie of the year ends up being one of the best movies of the year, like Sinners. And One Battle After Another was Paul Thomas Anderson's most financially successful film of his career so far. So like it's cool to see these types of movies get blown up in that regard without it feeling like the Academy is selling out the art for the pop culture aspect of it, you know, which I appreciate.
Yeah, it was it just maybe it's me like loving movies just more as I'm getting into this side of the world, like I'm diving deeper into movies, but I don't know, I think this year did just, it felt good. Like it's not just cuz I'm more in love with them. I think it was just an overall, like a positive on a very, very looking elsewhere into the world. Very easy to find the negative, but this was a night that I was able to like, man, no, I was so comfy. I was munching and just crying the whole night, and that's I can't ask for more.
It was a special evening, and I feel that I'm excited to feel that way next year. It was a great night. I love Paul Thomas Anderson cinching his first couple Oscars. It's kind of overdue. There's a few One Battle After Another's that I would have preferred Teyana Taylor over Madigan. I would have personally. But beyond that, there aren't a lot of categories where I'm like, I wish it would have won there. It feels like most awards went where they were supposed to, at least in my eyes, and that's, it's a fun, entertaining evening of television. It also makes it, I should say, it's a fun, fulfilling evening of television. It does make it a little anticlimactic at points. I kind of wish I'd gotten surprised a little bit as a viewer. It was a very quick 3 hours. I was just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, wow, sure. Shit. Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. No doubt. But we live for the drama, baby. We do live for the drama, and I felt that last night. I was like, ooh, I would like if something surprised me a little bit, and then nothing surprised me. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, watching this many movies, and then kind of watching the Oscars every year, and then going, okay, well, I got a feeling they'll do this. I got a feeling they'll do that. I got a feeling they'll do this. So even like I was envious of you last night whenever I checked my phone and you'd say, what? And I was like, yeah, no, for sure. I was like, when Sean Penn won, I was like, that was exactly what I thought was going to happen, at least roughly. I was like,
did not think it at all. Yeah, that was off guard completely. Yeah, I did get shocked. That's for sure, a couple times, but I think it was largely just I didn't watch a lot of the movies that were nominated. So there was a lot
exactly. I think that's part of it. I'm like, there comes a double-edged sword where it's like, in order to get as maximum entertainment I feel I can out of the Oscars, I feel like I have to watch all the movies. But it is just in case, like, that's why this year it was nice that I liked all of the movies, but there wasn't anything I was expressly like, that cannot win here. You know what I'm saying? Like, last year, say what you will, I don't think it should have won as much as it did, but Emilia Perez won a few Oscars, and I fucking hated it. And I loved watching. I liked the Oscars a lot last year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Um, uh, Now,
It was
what does
juicier.
feel nice
Yeah.
though is that seeing what does get awarded. Like, I prefer one battle after another immensely compared to Honora.
Mhm.
To compare it to last year. And those were kind of the dominating forces of both nights, one battle after another. Honora, I have more fun watching one battle after another and Sinners keep winning than I do watching Honora continue to win. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
it's just again, a double-edged sword where one side, everything you like is winning everything. The other side, yeah, you're okay with it and it keeps winning, fine, you know? Like, there's just this kind of weird, I'm getting about as much entertainment out of a award show as I can, I guess. I'm really just describing what award shows are. Um,
Mhm. And I think I didn't even think of next year. Like, I love the idea that every single one of these people returns to hand the award off to the next
oh,
person.
yeah. Michael B.
And
Jordan will present the
yeah,
next Best Actor Oscar.
imagine he hands it to Timmy after Dune
No.
Messiah, and it's good
Yeah, nah,
enough to get. I don't know. I mean, or who knows?
I
It
think
could.
I think if Timmy didn't get nominated for Paul Atreides in Dune 2, he's not gonna.
I don't. I just don't know what the story of Dune Messiah brings, but it feels like something that does require quite the different.
It's a
I don't
different
know.
Paul Atreides.
So
It is a
yeah.
different Paul Atreides. I will say that. So, maybe you're onto something. Maybe this is the one where they elevate it beyond,
Hmm.
beyond, a sci-fi film. Maybe that's next year's Amy Madigan is
Yeah.
Timothée Chalamet as Paul Atreides.
Hmm. I think I wouldn't be too mad if like maybe that's their thought of like, hey, we know Timmy will be around. This one, I think now that Michael B. Jordan won, I still haven't seen Marty Supreme, but like it feels right. Like like now the technical, like the way you described it earlier. But I think maybe it is like, hey, Dune Messiah is coming, or it's on the way, or like could be a very easy thing to just go for next year if it does land. Uh, but
Yeah, I
yeah.
guess there's just no telling. There's just no telling.
Mhm.
I'm excited. Maybe Ludwig goes 4 for 5. Mandalorian and Grogu score coming
Oh,
within the next
he
couple
hands it
months.
to himself. Wait, what the fuck? How does that work? Wait, yeah. Does that actually? Is that how it?
I think they only do that with acting categories.
Oh yeah, or what?
Everyone
Okay,
else is like a famous presenter, but then the
okay.
actors are already
That'd be
famous.
crazy though.
Um,
If like somehow, like say Michael B. Jordan does something fucking incredible,
Right.
and like does he just actually hand it to himself? And he's like, "Damn, yep, it's me." Like that. He opens up the envelope himself.
I'd
That'd
be
be
willing to
wild.
bet. That's a relatively new tradition. I'd be willing to bet that if someone was in an awards worthy performance a year after winning an Oscar,
Mm-hmm.
they would switch up the presentation style. I think they'd give it to someone else. I don't think they'd let that
That's kind
actor
of
present the Oscar.
telling. That's kind of like, isn't that kind of is that saying like they did win, or you
No,
can't
I
be
think
on
it's just
stage,
saying
or
that
it's
they're
just
also that like
huh?
we are avoiding the situation in
Yeah.
case they do win. You know,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, but that'd be nuts. That'd be
I mean,
cool to see
shit.
if it does happen.
I don't know if
Like,
Michael B. Jordan is scheduled to be in anything,
yeah,
but I'll
it'd
be on the
be
lookout for it.
yeah. I don't think anything's on his IMDb. I was looking earlier, but man, no, that'd be a crazy prediction. I thought maybe Michael B. Jordan handing it to Timmy is the crazy prediction, but no, him handing it to himself, even better. Yeah, it's a lot of pre-production. Well,
Lots of pre-production.
yeah, the Thomas Crown Affair is filming, slated for next year.
Ooh,
I
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
So
That's his movie. He's directing that also.
Whoa. Okay. Maybe.
Yeah, because
Who
I
knows?
think he made his directorial debut with Creed 3.
Mm-hmm.
The Thomas Crown Affair is next, where he'll
Maybe
have
it's
Adria
possible.
Arjona, Aubrey Plaza, Kenneth Branagh, Danae Guerrera, Lily Gladstone. Ooh, fucking
Ooh.
wee. This is
Oh.
going to be a
Wait a
Best
minute.
Picture nominee.
Wait a minute.
Hold the fucking phone.
Wait a minute. It could happen. Wait a minute. So wow. I think I take back my Paul Atreides prediction. Could still happen too.
Well, this is
I
a
guess,
2027
wow.
movie, so it wouldn't be nominated for another 2 years. See.
Oh,
Yes,
shnikey.
yes,
That
yes,
is
yes,
how
yes,
it
yes,
works. I always
Its
forget
release
this.
date isn't for a
Yes.
year yet, so it's scheduled for March.
Okay.
March 2026.
And Dune is 2027, isn't it?
No, Dune. I'm pretty sure Dune is the end of this year. Like we will be seeing a Dune movie in theaters at the end of this year.
It's December. Yeah, December 18th. Holy fuck, that is wow. Okay, so it is paused. So I take back my.
I think I just found what we're doing in December. By the way.
Yeah. It's finally time.
Here on the Cinementalists. I don't want to I don't want to oversell it, but I'm pretty sure we are going to be doing Dune 1984, directed by David Lynch, on December 4th. Dune Part 1, December 11th. Dune Part 2 on the 18th. And then Dune Messiah, Christmas fucking Day.
Yep. It's in the books. It is in the stone. It's been written. Sorry, it's this is
Lisan Al Gaib type shit right here.
Mm-hmm.
Praise be Javier Bardem.
Yes, there's only one clear path, and it is that one right there.
Hey, I want to point something out about the award show last night. I don't know if you felt the same way I did. I haven't seen a lot online about it. Maybe I'm in the wrong circles. Was it just me? Or was Leo looking about as fine as he has in a really, really long time?
Yeah. And I had this thought of like, is it just how scruffy he looks in one battle after another, and like kind of
and
like
Killers of the Flower Moon? It's been a few years
like,
since we've seen him look good in a movie.
But man, he de-aged. No, like they're like he. I don't know. Even in his
the
like
fucking
public
bloat
pictures,
in his face.
He
doesn't. His face doesn't look as big as it was. It's like, do you remember when he looked like he had really bad coke bloat all the time?
Yeah, he kind of like I think it was like seeing his even public pictures outside of movies, he was looking just kind of.
He just kind of looked like that. That's
why
I'm like,
older. I guess this is him just getting older, but. Nope.
It looks good on him. I'll tell you what. I liked the stash. I enjoyed it. I thought it looked good on him. They are back, baby. I fucking love my mustache. I love the mustache movement. And maybe here in about 10 years, I'll look back on it and be like, Jesus Christ, that is so 20s
Why did we do
of
that?
me.
But hey,
like maybe I'll be like, those mustaches are just so 20s. Thinking about that possibility one day scares the shit out of me. Because you know what these mustaches that we're doing now are?
Fuck.
They're pretty 80s. They're pretty 80s. True. But here in about 30 years, those mustaches, you know what they're going to be? They're going to be pretty fucking 20s. And
it's going to happen again in 55. They'll come back.
55. We'll be back around, baby.
But no.
And come 2055, we will be on the Cinementalists' 30th annual Cinementalist Cinema Awards. Yeah. So, you can count on that, people. That's a promise.
Till the day I die.
Barring any unforeseen tragedy involving me or Joe.
Yeah. By then, we'll probably be uploaded in some computer, anyways. And it's so infinitely. 100 years, Rick and Morty. 100 years, Cinementalists.
100 years, Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty, 100 years.
It's
no, yeah, man. This award season was a lot of fun. I loved watching build up to our awards and then the Oscars, and kind of getting to appreciate what ended up being a deceptively good year for cinema. Yeah. There was a stretch of time there where I was like, I don't think it's going to beat last year. And The Bag, while I don't think it has for me quite as high of highs, I don't know, Sinners and One Battle After Another are crazy highs. Its bag is deep. I love like 30 movies from this year. Like it was a lot of good stuff. So I'm very, very pleased with 2025, and I look forward to what 2026 may bring. I've only watched 3 2026 movies so far, and I don't think any of them are going to be winning awards. I won't lie. But I look forward to what the rest of the year may bring, and we will be back to celebrate the 99th annual Oscars in a year. Yeah, I don't know. They haven't announced the date yet, so I don't want to say in some change. It's a year from now. Sometime next March, we'll be back to discuss the 99th annual Oscars. But we will still be here In the meantime, on the Cinementalists, as currently we are covering a movie every Friday, as we intend to do for at least through April, and we're going to switch it up come May, just for a little bit, and then we'll be right back. But right now we're doing Secret Societies. Secret Societies, and last Friday brought us the Best Picture winner, One Battle After Another. You can go ahead and check that out. We talked about that movie for like an hour and shit, it might have been.
Let's see.
Was it 30? Was it almost an hour and 40? Am I remembering that correctly?
90 minutes. Hour 30 on the dot.
Okay, an hour and a half on the dot. An hour and a half on the dot. All right, I'll take it. We love to see it. We talked about One Battle After Another for an hour and a half last Friday. Go ahead and check it out. We talked about Sinners on Halloween of 2025. We talked about other Best Picture nominee and 3-time Oscar winner, Frankenstein, on New Year's Eve. So we got a great slate of Oscar-awarded films. I think a total of 13 Oscars between the 3 2025 movies we covered here at least, which is very, very cool. Those are just the Best Picture nominees that we covered. But great year, and we are still doing those Secret Societies coming this Saturday, actually, as this Saturday is Joseph's birthday. We'll be celebrating accordingly with Eyes Wide Shut, which, you went, oh, what's a good birthday movie? And you inevitably, as a human being, went, well, it's clearly 1999 Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut, starring Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
Yes.
That is what you thought. Really? I know it. I'm a mind reader, you see. But yeah, so that's what we are covering this Saturday to celebrate Joseph's birthday. Eyes Wide Shut. Look forward to it here. And we'll be topping the month off with a little bit of levity coming off of Eyes Wide Shut, which will be Hot Fuzz by Edgar Wright, starring Simon Pegg. Very excited. April, I'm still kind of nailing it down. I like my idea for April right now. But I'm wondering if we can't, maybe we can go back and forth about some other possibilities, because I like where it's at. I like where it's at a lot. And I think that maybe we could keep one of them, April 15th, which is, a special holiday sort of thing. Maybe even a 421. I don't know. We'll get something. We'll get it right. We'll get it right. That's what I can tell you. April, we look forward to another great month of movie coverage. But May is going to be our top 100 actors and actresses. Which is going to be fucking difficult to narrow down, but I cannot wait to dive into that. And we'll be doing that all May. It'll be available in 10 parts. We're going to do 2 every Friday, and that'll be that. So got that to look forward to in May. The next couple weeks, we're still doing Secret Societies, and we'll announce what April's slate is on that Hot Fuzz episode, so you can check that out when it releases. We also do Geek With Me, a nerd shit podcast, where here in a couple weeks, Daredevil Born Again is going to start back up. Maul Shadow Lord is going to be happening. We'll be covering that over there. And we're thinking about reviving Fire Pod With Me. It won't be Twin Peaks anymore, but Fire Pod With Me, a TV podcast, could be available soon. We did cover Twin Peaks in its entirety. I was rewatching it. Joseph was watching it for the first time. And we're looking for something that can recapture that specific kind of magic. Either one or neither of us has ever seen it would be ideal, not in its entirety. I think that's just kind of the sauce there. I think if we're going to do something with that show, it should still be that sort of premise. So, that could be newly available, and if it's not, shit, go check out Fire Pod With Me anyway. You should watch Twin Peaks, and then we have a podcast for you. But yeah, I think with that, I can conclude this episode confidently. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And to quote and then build upon a quote by a seemingly very, very good man, and Javier Bardem. No to war, free Palestine, and fuck ICE.